Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, do not faint, I am back with a new video for my Pan in Every Palette series. I missed February's update out. I'm so sorry. Life's been super crazy, really busy in the background, but I just thought I better pop on purely because I have literally stuck with these palettes. I haven't changed them at all. I've stuck with my selection. I'm such a good person for this project, but I am so bored with these palettes now and thought I just need to come on and have an update, have some new palettes to play with. I have hit pan in 3 of these palettes. My face palette is just due for a rollout, and yeah, and I'll be rolling one over, so we'll just talk through them. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for sticking with me whilst there's been like very limited beauty content. I do appreciate it. So the palettes I've got in this at the moment, if you haven't seen this project, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to hit a pan in every single eyeshadow palette that I have. I've got a random generator using Wheel of Names. So each time I just spin that, and whatever palette it picks out for me, I will use, as long as there's no pan in it already. I just currently want to just try and get through as many palettes as I can. So yeah, if I've had the palette in for a few months, like 2 or 3 months, and I'm just getting nowhere with it, or I'm just not enjoying it, I can roll it out. I'm including a face palette in this, but I'll just pick a face palette to work on. I will eventually sort a wheel out, and then we'll randomize that as well. What else? I don't know really. I think just take it as it comes. There are no hard and fast rules. Just have a bit of fun with it. And the way for this is just to try and get me to rotate through my collection, use palettes that I may not naturally gravitate towards, because you notice it's like you kind of pick your favourites out, and it's just to try some different shades, to try and find ways of making things work that you wouldn't normally try. Yeah, so the palettes I have got in is the Jolie Beauty Radiance palette. This has been in for ages. I have got the Revolution Revoholic Glitter Edit palette. I have the Oritza Beauty Nude Shimmer and Contour Eyeshadow palette. There is the Shella Hello Beautiful palette, little quad. We've got the Steve Laurent Wild Thing palette. And then my face palette is the LA Splash Cosmetics Moonlight Glow. Wait, it's really glowing as well. So those are our palettes. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the ones that I've hit pan on first, then we'll look at the progress of the others. We'll spin the wheel, pick out the palettes, have a little look at them, and see if I'm drawn to any shades in particular. I hope I get something that I've not had before ever. I mean, I've got lots of palettes here I've not even swatched yet, so I really need to start using everything. So this I think has been in the longest, and it's the Jolie Beauty Radiance palette. Really nice palette actually, but the colours I think are maybe more autumnal. There's a lot of warm shades in here and glitters. It is a really pretty palette. So as you can see, I've totally chickened out and I have hit pan on this. So this is it's called Creamy, and it is, I just used it to set my lids. Now the thing with this, I have to say, they're so pigmented. Sometimes I have to say it's not my favorite lid setter that I've had, purely because sometimes you could almost like it would skip or part of it, if you don't know, I don't know, it's just sometimes some of it seemed to come off before I'd laid with the colour down. But it's a really lovely formula, very, very pigmented. It ages really hard pressed. As you can see, that's got a massive dip on it, and I really had to work hard to get that pan. So gosh, I think this palette is going to last a long, long time. And yeah, I mean, we'll see how we go. It'll go away, it'll come back out another time. But for now, I finally hit pan on it. So that's another one, tick, to be done. So I'll sit that there. Another palette I've hit pan on was the Oritza Beauty palette. This is just a little tiny quad, and those are the shades there. As you can see, I've hit it in this shade here. Has it got a name? I'm not sure. I'll swatch it for you. It was nice. The formula feels okay. And let me just pop that there. So as you can see there, it's like a very like my go-to shade. But I don't think, I mean, it was okay, but I don't think I was a massive lover of the palette in general. This wasn't, I feel it needed like a slightly paler, nudie shade in here. Maybe 2 shimmers, 2 mattes would have been better. But overall it was fine. And I'll stick it back in my collection. That's nice enough colour, but I've got this 100 times over, you know, in all of my different palettes. But at least I've hit pan. And then I finally hit pan as well in the Steve Laurent Wild Thing palette. You can see the letterings coming off already. I think these are quite cheaply made, aren't they? And I chose the shade very similar to the last palette as well. That's it there. Not my favourite palette at all. It just didn't, I was hoping to do a few more cooler looks, but they just, I don't know, I wasn't loving it. The shade is virtually the same as, well, it's a little bit more coppery. That's it here. But nothing very terribly exciting. I'm glad to pack it away. This is probably going to be on the chopping block when I do a declutter. I think it'll probably end up going maybe at the end of the year, but I'll leave it in for now. At least it helps my pan percentage. So ones I'm still working on. Now, I've continued to use those shimmers throughout the last couple of months once I hit pan on them, purely because I wasn't very drawn to the Shella palette. But I've been so bored, I reached for it this week. I haven't really reached for it very much at all in the last couple of months. And I'm wearing it today. And you know, I actually really, really like it. I thought it was going to be too gold, but actually it's really pretty. And the matte shade, this matte shade is really nice. I've got that in my crease and transition, and I really, really like it. So I'm pleased. This is so buttery. It almost feels like a cream formula. It is very, very soft. You can see there, I don't think it's going to take long to hit pan in that. It does feel like a cream eyeshadow. That's it there. Very golden, but actually it can go quite, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Yeah, you can definitely have it less pigmented. You can just sort of blend it out a bit, or just put less on your brush, and it's actually really pretty. And I've been using, as I said, this other shade as well, this matte shade, which is actually a really nice shade. That's it there. It's a really nice tone for me. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this little quad. So I'm happy to keep this in and continue working on it. I had thought I was going to roll it out this time, but as I said, I've been using it a bit more this week. And actually a patient commented on my eye makeup. She says, oh, I really like that gold colour on your eyes. And then it was this. So yeah, that will stay in for now. I have been working as well on this one here, the Glitter Edit palette, but only on this little shade here because there's a little bit of a dint. Just been using a small brush. I've been using that as a lower lash liner. I went to wear it today. I wore it in my March GLOSSYBOX unboxing, I think, and to be fair, I really like it that way. I was going to roll this out, but I'm going to keep it in because I think I can hit pan on that. Plus, I haven't really tried these other shades, and I think I should probably give them a go because I don't want to keep this whole palette just to use that as a liner. I need to know what the other shadows are like on my lids. So I'll try and hit pan in that green shade, but my aim is just to try maybe at least 3 of the other shades just to see what I think of them. So we'll keep that in. And then rolling out is the face palette from LA Splash. So this is quite a nice little palette actually. There's a couple of blushes, a bronzer and a highlighter. So those are them there. I've got quite good use on it. This is quite pinky peachy. They are quite rough, but it does give a nice kind of blush to the skin. It's not really showing up there. See if you can see there. There, it gives a nice little blush. And then this is a really nice matte blush, But if it's too matte, what I tended to do really was go between the highlighter and the bronzer just with one brush, just to get more of a shimmery kind of finish, and that worked really nice. I have used this bronzer a couple of times as well. It was okay. So yeah, I mean, at least I've had a bit of use out of it. You can see it's been used, and really that's the aim of the game, isn't it? Just to try and use a few products. I think that was from a GLOSSYBOX. So we need to roll in 3 new eyeshadows. Let me just get rid of these swatches on my hand, and then yes, we'll get rid of those, and then we'll roll in some new shadows. It's a really miserable day here today. Really miserable. I hope you're all keeping well. The weather is set to start to get a little bit milder, isn't it? So that is really, really good. At last, it's been a long sort of start to the year. I think it's been quite dreary, hasn't it? Sort of March. Been very wet. Okay, so here is my wheel of names. Let's go and see where we are. So the first palette is Revolution Jack palette. That's it there. Have I had this already? Not sure. Okay. Second one is, makes me a bit anxious when this goes round. Cardio. Cardio? That's meant to be cargo. It's not cardio. Oh, I need something. Cargo. Chill in the 6. Okie doke. All right. And then the final one is, I'm wondering about whether I can choose a palette myself to work on, but I don't want to do that really. I'd rather keep it random, I think. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, ABH, Anastasia, Beverly Hills, Sultry. Sultry, where are you? Here we go. Right then. Plus, so that's my 3 new palettes here, along with the 2 that we've already got. And then I need to choose a face palette. These are all my face palettes here. Now, I had a little look before I started filming, and I think I'm just going to choose this because I haven't really used it very much. It's a Revolution palette. I'm just trying to go through all my old Revolution ones, actually. It's a blush palette called Peachy Bronzed Goddess. So let's have a look at this one first of all. So it's a nice combination. There's a few blushes. They look quite nice, don't they? Couple of highlighters. Is that a bronzer? And a bronzer as well. So that's a good all-round palette just to have a go at, I think. I really like the look of these blush shades, so I will report back. Hopefully, I could just focus on this for the whole month, which would be really useful. So that's my face palette that I'm going to be working on. Right, let's have a look at these. So we rolled in the, I think I had this at the start of the year. Let me open it up and have a little look. If it is, I've got a feel I might just re-roll. I think I tried to work on this. Or maybe not. Something tells me I did. But it looks pretty untouched. So we'll give it another go and see. And I'll make my mind up. If nothing else, they've got like a neutrally shade. So that's the palette there. They're designed to work in quads. So you've got like 5 shades per quad. We'll give it a go. There's some interesting colours, aren't there? So I can definitely try and make that work. And I'll either love it or I'll hate it. If I'm not loving it, I will just roll it out. But we'll give it a go. I'm not really sure what I'm going to work, which shade I'm going to work on there. Okay, so there's that one. Then there was Cargo Chill in the 6. Again, I haven't got a pan in this according to my thing. I thought I'd worked on this, but maybe it was one of the other Cargo palettes. Oh, I'm going to be able to hit pan in this. I already know. So this has had a bit of love already. I do like the cargo palettes. Again, these work in quads, but also in duos. I've almost hit pan on this. So I think that's going to be the shade I'll work on. I might be able to get a couple of pans in that. This is a really nice palette, actually. Let me turn it the proper way around. Whoops, a daisy. So you can see. This is a lovely shade here, which is Dundas Street. So it's quite mushroomy. I like that. But also, what else have I got? I've got quite a bit of use on this, and that is the North. And it's, look at that. It's like a silvery lilac. That's really pretty as well. So, and again, that ice, that blue will be a nice liner shade. So yeah, I'm looking for, oh, this is a nice one as well, maple. Oh, I'm going to try and get 2 pans in this, I think. I think I'll be able to. I'm pretty successful at hitting pan in cargo palettes. So I'm excited for that one. I'm actually really pleased to have that. It's a nice palette. Not everyone likes cargo. I really like cargo. I think they're okay. And then we have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I think I bought this pre-loved, like second-hand. I'm pretty sure, because I think they've sold out I think they stopped making them, haven't they? Is that right? You can't get them anymore. And I think I bought it off a website, and I think it had literally been swatched or something, not even that. Oh, I haven't got any pans in it. Oh, brilliant. So this is what it's looking like. I have used it quite a bit. I used to use this a lot when I was at the Caravan. Quite a cool tone palette, but some really nice shades in here. A few pops of warmth as well. I bet I can hit pan in this as well. So I'm pleased to have that out to play with too. So there we go. So those are my palettes. So let's have a little reminder of what we have got. So we have got, oh my gosh, they're all quite big. I've got loads of choice this time. My last ones they were quite little, weren't they? I had a lot of quads and things. So here are my eyeshadow palettes. So I've got my Revolution one, Glitter Ready. I've got that Revolution from Jack. I've got my Cargo Chill in the 6. My Sultry from ABH, and that little quad sheller. I hope I don't forget about this. I'm going to have to try and hit pan in that goldy shade, so I want that out next time for sure. So I reckon potentially I'll hit pan in this. Probably not that, unless I use it as a lid setting shade, maybe. And then I've got my face palette here from Revolution as well. Gosh, it's a Revolution takeover. That looks a really beautiful peachy blush palette. And then we'll try and use a few of the highlighters and bronzers too. So yeah, that is everything. Let me do my thumbnail. Although that's a spoiler, I never do my thumbnail, so maybe I won't use that. But potentially I will, or maybe use it on my Instagram. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and I'm really pleased with the pans I have got. So that adds into my pan percentage. Next time I'll come back with a pan percentage update, I think. Yeah, so take care. I will see you all soon. Next time I'll be retired. Woo, woo. Take care. Bye. Mwah. See you later.